Thank you everyone for joining us. Dave Roberts is now available. First question from Dave Vassegh. Go ahead, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Just curious, as far as your offense goes, I know you guys are handling adversity in a lot of different ways, and so is everybody, but speaking specifically about baseball, is this the first time since you can remember that a group of hitters are going through some sort of funk individually and collectively, and how do you feel your guys are handling that adversity?
It happens every year that a group of guys aren't swinging the bat well. We have this conversation every year. Every manager does. So I think the guys are handling it well. We just got to be more consistent about, scoring consistently. Runs per game, we're at the top, near the top going into last night. So it's just about going out there and continuing to take good at bats.
Okay, thank you.
Next question from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead, Alana.
Dave, good afternoon. What made Tony the best choice to start tonight, and what are you hoping that you get out of him?
I think with Tony, it's just he pitched well last time. I think he deserves this opportunity. It gives other guys in the rotation extra day, which we're very mindful of early on the season. And for him, it's just let him go as long as it makes sense to win the baseball game. But he's built up.
Was Kirsch okay with being pushed today? Not going tomorrow?
Yeah. But I don't see yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Next question from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, there's been talk about a possible playoff bubble, just maybe in Southern California. So what are your thoughts on the possibility of that happening?
We'll do whatever Major League Baseball and the Players Association come to an agreement about.
Thank you.
Next question from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
You sound a little salty today, Dave. I like salty Dave.
I like good questions, Bill.
Okay, well, I'll try and come up with one then.
That's great.
Talking about the offense, the reason it seems to surprise that it's slumping collectively is how deep your lineup was going into the season. Do you still think that's the case, that even as deep as it is, there's going to be down times?
Absolutely. It's baseball. Guys are trying. It's 12, 14 games. It's baseball. Guys aren't going to always be hot. There's actually the bottom of the order has been picking us up at times. So I have no concern about our lineup, riding the ship and scoring runs consistently.
You mentioned last night with Bellinger in particular, the teams are pitching him differently every series. How is that different from last year? Did teams have a common approach more last year?
No, I think no, they didn't. I still think that when he's right mechanically, there's many pitches that he's not getting to this year that he should and that he has and that he will. When you're not mechanically right, you miss pitches and then they start to expand. And then at times you chase. So that's just kind of the whole, thought behind any hitter, especially when they're struggling. That's kind of it. You get pitches that you should end the at bat and you don't. You find yourself in tougher counts and swing at pitchers' pitches. So, and when you do square a ball up, it seems like a defender's there. But Cody's working every day, and I have no doubt he'll get out of it.
Has he been right mechanically at any point this season so far?
Well, you know, I don't think he's getting there, but I don't think that he's felt locked in. I think he's seeing the ball considerably better. I think at times he feels really good about where his swing is at. And at times he doesn't, but it's a work in progress right now.
Do you sense any him pressing because of the MVP? I mean, his image of himself is probably as that level player. Is he pressing to be that guy?
There might be something to that. I mean, whether the player admits it or not, that's, when you're following up an MVP campaign, you certainly put expectations on yourself. But our messaging has been just go out there, compete, take good at bats, and help us win baseball games. But, individually, I'm sure there's some element of, I want to kind of do what I did last year, and that's natural.
Question from Eric Steven. Go ahead, Eric.
Hi, Dave. I was wondering if you had an update on Corey Seager. Was he able to do anything more today than he was yesterday?
Yeah, he's going to be a full participant today. So in the cage, got treatment in the cage, going to do some running, taking grounders, take batting practice in a group. Still no timeline on when he's going to be back, but I will say that when he does come back, it's likely, the first day to whatever, probably in a DH role.
Thanks. And then also, any word back from the league on Joe Kelly's appeal?
No, not yet, Eric.
Thanks.
One final question from Alana. Go ahead, Alana.
Dave, it's never been a lack of effort with Austin Barnes, and we know how good he calls a game. How nice was it, though, to see him get a couple of knocks yesterday just for his own personal sanity?
Very good. Very good for his personal sanity. Austin is a great teammate. He does a great job with the pitchers, and he does a great job behind the plate. But when you still look at the scoreboard, you still, want to be an offensive player and contribute. And he's been working with our hitting guys and trying to use a big part of the field. And so, to see him go to the right center gap yesterday, hit a ball on the line, and then kind of squeak one through the 4-hole, to put up a multi-hit game, I think was very good for his confidence. And, I expect him to be in there 2 out of 3 in that Angel series.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys.